Hey everybody, this is Sky, and when I want to know what's going on in the wonderful world of sports, I tune to Sports World Radio.
Hey, this is EAJ Man from Autopsy Live and the Skype Pirates. When I want to make it look like I don't give a shit about sports, I tune into Sports World Radio with Jeff Eskow.
Jeff doing bad time. Doing bad time. Got myself a problem.
Live from San Diego, it's Sports World Radio. You've never heard a sports show like this. Oh, no, you haven't.
Oh, blow me.
You got it.
Holy fucking shit.
What in the hell is your major malfunction?
Can't believe that goddamn son of a bitch did that fucking crap.
Don't give me any of your shit.
Right?
Yeah, that's right. Those are your hosts, Jeff Eskow and Sean Mann.
This message brought to you by
Live from San Diego, it's Sports World Radio. You've never heard a sports show like this. Oh, no, you haven't.
Oh, blow me.
You got it.
Holy fucking shit.
What the hell is your major malfunction?
Can't believe that goddamn son of a bitch did that fucking crap.
Don't give me any of your shit.
Right?
Yeah, that's right. Those are your hosts, Jeff Askow and Sean Mann. Remember, those who can't play sports, talk about it. These two tell it like it is. Tune into Sports World Radio for the fastest hour of sports of your life. So here they are, the douchebags of sports themselves, Jeff Askow and Sean Mann.
Hey, this is EAJ Man from Autopsy Live and the Skype Pirates. When I want to make it look like I don't give a shit about sports, I tune into Sports World Radio with Jeff Askow.
Jeff
Doing my time. Doing my time. Got myself a
Hey, welcome to Sports World Radio. Glad everybody could be with us today. I'm the host, Jeff Askow. We got a jam-packed show for you guys. Lots and lots to get to. We're going to have a lot of fun today here at Sports World Radio. So let's get on with it. All the particulars out of the way. What do you say we do that first? We'll get all those out of the way, and then we'll get right into the show. SportsWorldRadio.com is the place to listen to the show. Check us out over there. If you want to come and listen to us in the chat room or chat with us in the chat room, SportsWorldRadios.com's chat room is over at Spreaker.com, Spreaker, Spreaker.com is the place to go over there. Get yourself a free account. Type in Sports World Radio. At the bottom of the screen, the player will come up. Just click the bubble that looks like a bubble over there, and the chat room will pop up and start chatting away. Or give us a call at 619-663-3715. That's 619-663-3715 is the number to give us a call at here at Sports World Radio. Facebook.com/Sports World Radio. That's Facebook.com/Sports World Radio. As well as Twitter.com/Sports World Radio. Twitter.com/Sports World Radio. Now, with all the particulars out of the way, what do you say? Hey, we bring in our co-host, Sean Mann, the update man. What's going on there, Schmeds?
I'm doing good there, man. Welcome to Sports World Radio on this December 10th, 2014, 6:06 p.m. on the East Coast, which makes it 3:06 p.m. on the West on this Wednesday, the 10th of December already. Weather right now, just cloudy and cool, pretty much in the 40s out there here in the land of potatoes. And I know with the winter meetings going on in San Diego, I've been seeing the weather. It's really nice out there.
Beautiful out here, man. It's freaking gorgeous, just like it always is out here. You know that.
Sunny San Diego.
Yeah, we got some rain coming in, I think, on Friday, though, so that's okay. We can always use the rain. But, yeah, it's freaking gorgeous out here. It's San Diego. Come on, man. What do you expect? We got baseball winter meetings right here in sunny San Diego. How about that?
Yeah, a lot of stuff going on for the winter meetings. The first topic of the day that we get to, well, everybody wanted to know what John Lester had decided. John Lester is a Chicago Cub. He signed a 6-year, $155 million contract. That came in about 10:30 last night, and I saw that on the MLB Network.
Holy freaking Toledo, Batman. What the hell's up with that?
It's a big deal, Jeff, for the Cubs because, quite frankly, the Cubs know they need pitching bad. And Lester comes and he fulfills that. And now Theo Epstein can be very proud about what he's done with the team, but he still knows there's a lot of work to be done.
Right.
Among other incentives negotiated by Lester and his agents, Seth and Sam Levinson, the deal includes a signing bonus of $30 million to be paid over the life of a contract and a full no-trade clause.
What a lucky bastard.
He is, and the Cubs had been eyeing Lester, and of course it came down to a couple teams. It was an interesting day yesterday for the second day of the winter meetings. The Giants, of course, had a chance at Lester. They backed out. It came down to two teams. It came down to the Red Sox and the Cubs. and apparently his decision was to go with the Chicago Cubs. The Red Sox had offered him a 6-year, $135 million deal, and yes, I was disappointed, if you want to know my reaction to that,
sure you
because I
were.
thought he had the best chance to go back to the place where he won 2 championships, but you got to move on.
I'm sure you were very disappointed. You didn't go to the Red Sox over there.
But the Red Sox know they're not done. They know perfectly well that they can still look at other options for the starting pitching market. There's a lot of other important starting pitchers out there. They won't be able to get Max Scherzer because, to report to you this too, Jeff, Max Scherzer is in it for the money. He's asking for something like $200 million or over $200 million just to be able to get to find a team to go to. I believe the Red Sox will not get him. I believe the Yankees will not get him because that's a lot of money he's asking for.
The Red Sox are going to get him because they're going to need the money. They're going to need a pitcher now that they didn't get whatchamacallit.
John Lester.
That's his name. So
In my opinion, in my personal opinion, my belief is that, yeah, they can look at Lester, but the Red Sox need 2 big starting pitchers on their team, and it's going to require a big trade. They could look at James Shields or maybe Cole Hamels as a possibility. So the Red Sox aren't just done. But, yeah, there are a lot of Red Sox fans pretty disappointed, calling Lester a sellout, saying you're a traitor, you betrayed us, and now you're going to go to a team that hasn't won a World Series in a very, very, very long time.
listen, it's kind of ironic that he went there, to tell you the truth.
Yeah.
I mean, they have a new manager who's bringing in a new attitude. Joe Madden kind of knew that, what's his face, who's the GM over there again?
Theo Epstein, who's the
Theo
general
Epstein.
manager and vice president.
Right. He knew that Theo Epstein was going to make a big splash this year. I'm sure Theo probably told him that that's what the plans were going to go and do and make a big splash. He got the okay from whoever he got the okay from to do it. So, personally, I don't think they're really done.
I don't think they're really done either, but the question is, the odds right now are coming out right now from the Vegas odds that the Cubs are 12-1 favorites next year
are.
to have a chance to end the World Series drought that they've had there and finally bring it there. But, okay, their pitching looks good, but what about the Cubs hitting? Do the Cubs have enough in them to have good, powerful hitting for their lineup? Like you said, Madden's coming there, and even Joe Madden said with his when he was introduced as the Cubs manager back in late October, he goes, I guarantee you we're going to be in the playoffs next year with a chance to win this World Series.
Who knows? It's going to be an interesting season now for the Cubbies, right? But listen, that guy only pitches one out of every 5 days. So at least they'll win one game out of every 5 days, hopefully.
Yeah, that's true. And with the experience that Lester has in the postseason, he can bring that to Chicago. Remember, the Cubs have not been a very big team since 2003, that year that they went to the National League Championship Series. Sure, they made it to the playoffs in 08, but got swept by the Dodgers. But, of course, in 03, that was a better Cubs team that was 5 outs away from going to the World Series, and Cubs fans know the memory. And, Frank, I know when you come in for tomorrow's show, Mr. Frank Sprankle, the big win, I know you are going to be very excited that you got a big ace in John Lester, who made the decision last night. It was very late when the decision was made.
It was it wasn't late. It was early here.
Yeah.
Oh, it was kind of late here because what had happened? I heard about it on the 11 o'clock Sports Center. It happened live, right?
The news broke from Ken Rosenthal at about 10:20 p.m. Pacific time, which is 1:20 a.m. on the East Coast.
It wasn't that late, for Jiminy Cricket's sakes.
A lot of people had gone to bed, but then some people started getting beeps and notifications on their phone, on their iPhones for
I'll tell you
ESPN,
one thing.
and then boom, there's the big headline.
I'll tell you one
Lester
thing.
signs
That
a
story
6-year
was
deal.
going on here in San Diego. It wasn't late at all, man. They were having it up, right? That's going. I should weasel my way down into that freaking hotel over there. I know exactly where they're at.
I was like saying, Jeff, I said I can see Jeff just deciding that I'll just drive right on down there and I'll go to the hotel and visit the general managers.
Because I know exactly what hotel they're at. I know exactly where they're at. I should just go right down there.
Maybe be on the MLB Network. I've been kind of watching that a lot.
I'll stand by there and wave. Maybe I'll carry a sign. SportsWorldRadio.com.
Come listen to us, yeah.
You know? Because, yeah, I know exactly where they're at, man. I know exactly where they're hanging out. I know what party they're at.
Breaking news into Sports World
Yes,
Radio.
do
Jimmy
it.
Rollins has
Do
been
it.
traded to the Los Angeles Dodgers.
I just saw that myself.
Wow.
I just saw that myself. How about that? Jimmy Rollins has been traded to the Los Angeles Dodgers, ending a 15-year stint with the Philadelphia Phillies. That team's getting old in a hurry.
Phillies are in the middle of rebuilding their whole franchise and their whole team with their pitching and now with their hitting. And now they lost Jimmy Rollins, who played such a big role in the Phillies being big in the late 2000s, starting in 2007. And, of course, Jimmy Rollins can go to the Dodgers knowing that, hey, I've won a World Series. I won one in 2008 and took the Phillies back in 2009. Of course, they lost to New York, and then they made it to the NLCS in 2010. And then 2011, they went and they, of course, lost to the Cardinals. But the Phillies are a team that hasn't been downhill since they lost in 2011 when they had the best record when they were 162. So Double-A, wherever you're listening, that's a big loss for the Phils, bud.
How about Jeff Samardzija going over to the Chicago White Sox?
I think next year, as we get into the first commercial break real quickly, Jeff, next year in Chicago could be a lot of fun for the people who are White Sox fans and who are Cub fans.
Could be very interesting, can it?
Yeah, and there's another headline with the White Sox, but we'll save that after the first commercial break.
You're listening to Jeff Escow and Sean Mann on
Sports World Radio.
We'll be right back.
This message brought to you by FEMA. Be fire safe during the holidays. Only use decorations that are non-flammable or flame retardant. Check holiday lights each year for frayed wires or excessive wear, and do not link more than 3 strands. Never leave a burning candle unattended. Consider using battery-operated flameless candles which look and smell like real candles. If your celebration includes a natural tree, keep it away from any heat source or exit. Water your tree daily to keep it from becoming dry. Learn more at usfa.fema.gov.
This message brought to you by FEMA. Stay fire safe this winter. Turn portable heaters off when you go to bed or leave the room. Keep anything that can burn at least 3 feet away. Plug portable heaters directly into wall outlets. Inspect and replace damaged cords, broken outlets, or loose connections. Use portable heaters with an automatic shutoff so that if they tip over, they turn off. Only use portable heaters approved by a recognized testing laboratory. Learn more at www.usfa.fema.gov.
Did you know that just 30 minutes a day of physical activity can improve your health and decrease your risk of heart disease? For every hour of regular, vigorous exercise, you gain 2 hours of life expectancy. So start walking for yourself and for your heart. Start walking with your family. You'll feel better. Start walking in your community. You'll lead happier and healthier lives. Start walking. Start something. Join the movement today. For more information on the American Heart Association START program, visit startwalkingnow.org and start walking. Start something.
This message brought to you by FEMA. Home fires occur most often in winter. Keep anything that can catch fire at least 3 feet from heating equipment. And never use an oven to heat your home. Stay in the kitchen when frying, grilling, or broiling food. Turn space heaters off when you leave the room or go to bed. Make sure all vents are clear of snow and ice to allow carbon monoxide to vent outside. Have your furnace, heating system, and chimneys serviced each year by a qualified professional. Learn more at www.usfa.fema.gov.
Hey everybody, this is Sky, and when I want to know what's going on in the wonderful world of sports, I tune to Sports World Radio.
Welcome back to Sports World Radio. Jeff Escow, Sean Mann, bringing you the fastest 2 hours of sports talk each and every Monday through Friday, right here on SportsWorldRadio.com. 6 p.m. on the East, 3 p.m. on the West. And if you live in the Central,
If you happen to live in the Central, figure that out for yourself.
I don't know if they can.
Another story that we get to, we talked about the Chicago White Sox. Another big move they made, Jeff, for the winter meetings, David Robertson to join the White Sox and probably be their closer.
David Robertson. I thought he retired from basketball.
He's He's a baseball closer, and it's a different David Robertson than the one you're talking about for the Admiral. This one is David Robertson, who used to be the Yankees closer. Now he's going to the Chicago White Sox. He agreed to a 4-year deal with the White Sox that is worth $46 million. A source confirmed to ESPN.com's Jerry Krasnick.
I made it funny. Nobody liked my funny, huh?
So the White Sox making the big news. They decide to get David Robertson as their closer. They added another piece, like you pointed out. White Sox could be good next year. And, of course, like I pointed out, there's going to be a lot of excitement in the Chicago area. I'm sure people in Chicago in the Midwest are saying, let's get ready for some Chicago baseball. I'm pretty sure they would love to see an all-Chicago World Series, the White Sox and the Cubs, even though I don't see that happening.
I'd be disgusted with that. You know, I would be disgusted with that. I know two people that would enjoy the living crap out of that, but not me. Not me at all. I would not want to see that debacle.
In other news in Major League Baseball, here's another story. The Rays to expand the stadium site search. The Rays have reached a deal with St. Petersburg that would allow the team to search for new stadium sites on both sides of Tampa Bay. The team has played since its inception in Pinellas County at what now is called Tropicana Field. The agreement slated for a vote Thursday for the St. Petersburg City Council would allow the Rays to evaluate sites on the east side of the bay in Hillsborough County, where Tampa is located.
Okay.
So the Rays are looking at a new stadium, and that's been the problem the Rays have been facing for a long time, is figuring out if the Rays are having trouble trying to play baseball, they're probably saying, well, where can we go? Where's the new site that we can go to put up a new stadium to attract a bigger fan base?
Out of Florida?
Yeah, well, in Tampa Bay, of course, but they have to figure out where they can find a spot in Tampa Bay to play and be called the Tampa Bay Rays.
Look at all those people, man. They're showing. I have ESPN on right now, and they're showing Tim Kirchhoff talking in the lobby of the hotel. Look at all those freaking people, man. Look at them all.
Yep.
I'd be in there right there, squeezing myself in there, talking to people. Are you kidding me?
So I would take it, Jeff, that after the show gets over today, you'll probably just hop in your car and decide I'll just head on down and go visit with the general managers and put Sports World Radio up.
No, I have to make dinner, man. What the hell? I would love to, but I should have planned I should have planned ahead. If I would have known they were down there, I should have planned ahead. You know?
The Pittsburgh Pirates made some news. Francisco Liriano and the Pirates agreed to a 3-year deal worth $39 million. There you go, Wes. With the left-hander. Francisco Liriano has decided that he will re-sign with the Pittsburgh Pirates. 3-year deal worth $39 million.
That guy's older than Wes.
The 31-year-old went 7-10 with the 3.38 ERA last season.
31 years old, and they gave him a 3-year contract worth almost $40 million. Does that make any sense at all? Where's Wes? Hey, Wes, show your ugly face. Does that make any sense whatsoever? 3 years for a 31-year-old for almost $39 million. Let's just call it 40, okay?
I'm sure Wes would be very proud about that, saying, look, the Pirates have young pitching. They're going to be back next year. They're going to be rocking and rolling.
Young pitching? The guy's 31 years old.
That has to make Clint Hurdle very happy.
He went 16-8 with a 3.02 ERA.
After signing a 1-year contract with a vesting option for 2014. That was when he went, actually, in 2013, he posted career best in victory, 16-8.
Right. In 2013, when he went 7-10 with a 3.38 ERA.
Yeah.
And they just gave him $40 million for 3 years? What do they got, money coming out of their ass?
We are family.
Liriano reached a tentative $14 million 2-year contract with Pittsburgh in December 12th then injured his non-throwing arm. He earned $3,125,000 with the Pirates in 2013 and $8 million this year under team option.
Pittsburgh
That's
has posted
disgusting.
back-to-back winning seasons and has reached the playoffs each of the last 2 years following a 20-year postseason drought.
That's disgusting. They gave him they gave a 31-year-old pitcher, left-hander too, to boot. That's why they gave it to him. Almost a 3-year, $40 million contract. And last year he went 7-10 with a 3.38 ERA. Does that make any freaking sense, Wes? I want to hear your excuses on that.
He'll just say, in the Berg, baby. The Pirates will be back next year rocking and rolling.
No wonder why they couldn't afford freaking, who went to Toronto?
Russell Martin.
No, thank you. No wonder why they couldn't afford Russell Martin. They got to pay this douchebag. 31-year-old left-hander who went 7-10 last year. What a joke. What a joke. With a 3.3 ERA, 3.8 ERA. Get that. That's a joke and a half. You know, Browning bastard could throw better than he can. That's a joke, man. I don't get that at all. That's a waste of money because you know what? Here, I want you to keep an eye on this, Sean. He signed a 3-year deal, right?
Right.
Keep an eye on that. He's not going to make that 3-year contract. Francisco Laureano. He ain't going to make that 3-year contract. Okay?
I'll keep an eye on it, yeah.
Keep an eye on that there, bitch, for me. Will you please? Thank you.
In the NBA, here's another story, another topic we got. Magic Johnson has come out and says, I hope the Lakers lose every game.
Wait, say that again?
Magic Johnson said on his Twitter, I hope the Lakers lose every game. He goes, last year's draft, there was no superstars. This year, there are about 3 or 4 superstars in college basketball, and we need one of them. He goes, Laker Nation, I don't want the team to finish in the middle of the pack and go and get the 10th or 14th pick because that won't do us any good.
Oh, my. What do you mean won't do us any good?
That's what Magic Johnson said on his Twitter.
Okay, Magic Johnson, first of all, you got nothing to do with the Laker organization anymore. You gave up all your crap. Second of all, you are a part owner of the Los Angeles Dodgers. Why don't you just worry about them right now? Okay?
Well, he came out and he replied with this to you. He goes, quote, I hope the Lakers lose every game. Johnson told reporters.
That's tampering.
Because if you are going to lose, and I'm serious.
I know. That's tampering. You know that, right?
Yeah.
That's tampering. NBA could fine the Lakers for that. How's that going to help them out? Jackass. Hope they lose every game. And if you're going to lose, you might as well lose big. Right? That's what he said, right? Go big or go home.
And Los Angeles Lakers continue to have miseries. Everybody knows they went 27-55 last year. The worst 82-game record in Lakers franchise history. Right now, the Lakers are 6-16.
They're almost as bad as the New York Knicks.
Pretty much.
Yeah, I know. They're almost as bad as the Boston Celtics.
That's true.
What are the Boston Celtics going to do with Rondo?
That's a decision there, and I did hear a rumor and see a report that Rondo had breakfast with Kobe Bryant when the Lakers went to Boston to play the Celtics on Friday.
You think Kobe's going to ask them to go get Rondo?
There's a rumor about that, Jeff, that the Celtics would consider maybe not bringing him back, and then Rondo would decide to take his talents to Southern California and play for the Los Angeles Lakers.
And he'd be the next guy that would take over the Lakers?
Yeah, probably the Lakers are just probably getting that, saying they need a point guard. They need something that can make the team better again.
They need more than one thing to make the team better again, I'll tell you that.
And Kobe Bryant, of course, you know darn well he is not happy with the way things are going in Los Angeles. Because then the Clippers are kind of taking over. Remember, the Clippers are the little brother, and they're taking over Los Angeles, and the Lakers fan base is quickly going away. Byron Scott says it's more of a laughing matter to me than anything. I know Irvin and how competitive he is, and I understand where he's coming from. Yeah, lose every game, and hopefully you'll get the number one pick. That doesn't guarantee that you're going to get the number one pick. You go out here and try to win as much as you can to try to create that culture of winning again instead of having that loser's mentality. That's how I look at it. That's what Byron Scott, the first-year coach of the Los Angeles Lakers, said to the media.
Listen,
Hey, what's up?
Listen, they don't. I was trying to think of what I was gonna say. They don't know what the hell's going on in Lakerland right now. They got no what the hell's going on in Lakerland. Not even the head coach knows what the hell they're doing. Not even the players know what the hell they're doing. Okay, Kobe can't score 50 points a game every game. It just can't happen. It's not gonna happen no more. He needs help. And giving him Jeremy Lin, it's not going to work.
Not going to work, and then they got Carlos Boozer. I know Jack Nicholson, the lifelong Laker fanatic, the famous actor who sits courtside and goes to the Laker games in his favorite seat. He's probably like saying, oh, what's the point of watching the Lakers? They're so bad, and this is the worst I've ever seen them.
They stink, man. They're as bad as the New York Knicks and Boston Celtics.
Absolutely.
It's going to be the second year in a row that the Knicks, the Celtics, and the Lakers don't make the playoffs.
And on that note, we'll talk a little bit more about the Lakers, but I've also got another story on the Knicks coming up after the second commercial break, which is kind of big for you, Jeff, to know about.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Really? Check you out. Oh, man. That's going to be interesting, huh?
Mm-hmm.
You're listening to Jeff Escow and Sean Mann on
Sports World Radio.
We'll be right back.
Welcome to the Man Manual. Man comes with a multifunctional casing known as skin. It is remarkable. Warning, standard body wash can cause damage to man's skin. Maintain it properly with Dove Men Plus Care Body Wash. It cleans man and protects skin from dryness. This will keep man's skin remarkable, even under extreme testing. Dove Men Plus Care Body Wash. Skin care built in. Also, freshen man's exterior with new Aqua Impact Body Wash.
Why does consultant Jerry Howell stay at La Quinta?
Can you come back tomorrow?
Because only with La Quinta can Jerry instant hold the room tonight using just his phone number. And then power down for tomorrow on his pillow top bed. And when Jerry's refreshed, you know what he does?
We need ideas, people. Think.
Synergistic integration.
Genius.
He thinks outside the box.
I'm going for it. No.
La Quinta Inns and Suites take care of you so you can take care of business. Instant hold your next stay on your smartphone at LQ.com.
La Quinta.
Millionaires are being made worldwide, all season long at DraftKings.com. America's favorite one-week fantasy football website. One-week fantasy means no season-long commitments, so you can play whenever you want. You got a player who's hurt? No problem. Injuries won't derail your shot at victory because it's like a new season every week, so you're never stuck with the same players. Pick your team in minutes, and you could be on your way to winning huge cash payoffs. And just this season alone, one lucky listener turned $10 into $5,000, and another turned $2 into $10,000. Plus, we've been crowning new millionaires virtually every week, all season long at DraftKings.com. So you could be next. What are you waiting for? Imagine winning $1 million in one day just for playing fantasy football at DraftKings. Make sure you log on to DraftKings.com right away and use the promo code Spreaker to play for free in the $10 million Fantasy Football World Championships. DraftKings.com. Bigger events, bigger winnings, bigger millionaires. Don't forget to enter Spreaker at DraftKings.com today. You can't win if you don't play. DraftKings.com. DraftKings.com. That's DraftKings.com.
Hey everybody, this is Sky, and when I want to know what's going on in the wonderful world of sports, I tune to Sports World Radio.
Hey, boys and girls. Welcome back to Sports World Radio. Jeff Escow, Sean Mann, bringing you the fastest 2 hours of sports talk every freaking Monday through Friday right here on SportsWorldRadio.com. 6 p.m. on the East, 3 p.m. on the West, and if you live in the Central.
If you live in the Central, figure that out for yourself.
And what happens if you live in the Mountain?
I don't really care. Who knows?
That's good, man. Way to alienate some of our fans. What happens if you live in Chile?
Then you're lucky to be listening to us.
They're 18
they're in a
hours
different time zone than us.
Do you know they're 18 hours ahead of us?
Yeah.
Right now. London. Listen, people are listening to us in Chile, London, Australia, the United States. We are all over the place, man, and you just keep on listening. Now, I have a little something to ask you. If you're not listening to us on SportsWorldRadio.com, or if you are listening to us on SportsWorldRadio.com, at the top of the page there, you'll see a little button at the little tab that says Donate. Click on that Donate tab and donate to the cause and keep letting us here at Sports World Radio do what we love to do. Sean and I have been doing this together for 6 years. I've been doing this for 10. Okay? I love doing it. So just donate to the cause. Help us get some new equipment, stuff like that, so we can keep on doing what we love to do here at Sports World Radio. All right, Shawnee, what do you got, pal?
All right, we talk about the news from Los Angeles. Now we go up to New York, 3,000 miles all the way to the East Coast for the next story. Apparently, there's been rumors out of the Knicks that things are getting really worse. The New York Knicks were en route to their 5th straight loss last week against Brooklyn when a frustrated Tim Hardaway Jr. screamed angrily, quote, "Get the rebound." Certain his second-year teammate was speaking to him. Carmelo Anthony approached Hardaway on the way down the court and used an expletive to ask Hardaway who in the world he thought he was talking to.
Yeah, I know. There's no cheer in New Yorkville right now. I know that.
Anthony, according to sources, used another expletive in telling Hardaway he was going to beat him up when they got into the locker room after the game. While the two players never would wound up fighting, the episode was emblematic of the volatile state of the Knicks. Off to their worst start in franchise history at 4-19, the Knicks are a team full of discord, defiance, and doubt, according to sources with the knowledge of the situation, as things just continue to get uglier and uglier for the New York Knicks.
Well, you know it's going to get worse before it gets better.
Yeah.
I know that.
Being a 4-19 team and pretty much being out of the playoff contention, the Knicks play, of course, at San Antonio on Wednesday night, and Anthony said after Tuesday's 104-93 loss at New Orleans, New York's 9th straight defeat, that he's considering giving his ailing left knee a rest.
Yeah, he's got a knee problem. I'm looking at that article right now. And they might sit him for a little while.
And like you said, it's going to get worse before it gets better, Jeff. Phil Jackson knows it's going to take time to get the team back to the winning ways like it was in the 1990s for the Knicks. Of course, they had that big year of 2012-2013 to be 54-28 and finally bring the winning back just a bit for the Knicks. But then, of course, Mike Woodson was a bad choice. Isaiah Thomas was a bad choice. Mike D'Antoni. Since Pat Riley and Jeff Van Gundy were there, the Knicks have had to deal with so many transitions for their coaching situation.
Well, it's going to take a little while for them to do anything. I know that. Come on, I've been preaching that all year.
Yeah.
You know? I've been preaching that all year, and it's going to be like that for a little while.
So, there's been anger. And so what the Knicks need to do is probably just say, look, we need to take it a game at a time. Need to come together as a team right now. We stink. We're not playing very well. We just got to realize it's still a long season, but the chance the Knicks making it to the playoffs very, very slim. And you're right, Jeff. It's going to be like that. It'll be another year where the Celtics, the Lakers, and the Knicks, these three teams that are going through the rebuilding stages, will not see playoff basketball. And that's going to shock everybody because everybody was expecting it every year that the Celtics would be in, the Knicks would be in, and the Lakers would be in.
I don't.
But it happens though. Some years are good, some years are bad.
I don't. It's ridiculous.
Phil Jackson addressed the situation, saying, "Quote: There's some resistance to discipline and an order and culture change and things like that." Jackson said. So he kind of addressed that. The players' dislike for the triangle offense is part of that, but there is more. Last season under Woodson, the Knicks switched on defense. This season under Fisher, they don't switch, which has some players grumbling.
That's nuts.
Yeah.
They're not happy over there in that land, and I knew it was going to happen.
Been a rough year in general for all of New York sports. The NFL teams have had a bad year. The Rangers aren't doing that well in hockey. The only team that seems to be doing well in New York right now is the New York Islanders in the NHL. And I know if we can get Ron Gallo in, he can, get some perspective on the NHL and where the status is with that. But yeah, 3 teams just not looking good. Magic saying, I want the Lakers. I hope they lose every game because he's trying to make sure they can get the number 1 pick. But Byron Scott saying that, how is that going to be possible? People always say that, oh, yeah, get the number 1 pick can turn a team around. But sometimes an NBA player can go to a bust in the NBA like the NFL players. Then you got the status of the Knicks, and the Knicks don't look very good. You got the status of the Celtics, not any drama there. But, of course, they've had games this year where they had big leads and they've blown a lot of games.
Yes, I totally agree with you, Sean. 100%. Totally. And that's very far and in between.
In other news in the NBA, another story that's making headlines, and Browning, this is just for you. The Cavaliers have finally found their spark. After being 5-7, the Cavaliers have now moved ahead, and they have won 8 straight games, sitting just 3 back of Toronto for the top seed in the Eastern Conference. They won a big game against Toronto, 105-101 last night.
I hate that freaking team. I hate what that team stands for. I hate everything about that team. Just saying.
LeBron James is starting to feel like he's starting to have some fun since the Cavaliers are now.
Ball hog. Hey, what's up, Ebo? Ball hog. That's what he is. Hey, I want to say hello to a friend of mine back east. Hey, Bernadette, how you doing? Enjoy the show. I hope you're freezing your butt out there, because I'm not. It's nice and warm out here in San Diego.
Hello there, Ebo. Good to see you there, buddy, too. Yeah, this is what we got going on with the Cavaliers. LeBron James scored 35 points for the Cavaliers. He had a go-ahead three-pointer, which was the game-winning 3.
I hate the Cavaliers. I'm not
and with David Blatt.
David Blatt. That guy, you know what? How in the wild world of sports? Hey, Ebo, just listen, because I'm going to make it I know you don't like NBA, but I'm going to make it enjoyable for you to listen. How in the wild world of sports does David Blatt, who's never played in the NBA, has never coached in the NBA, get an NBA head coaching job, and his first gig is to coach freaking LeBron James? Unbelievable. Look, see, there's Double A.
Jeff needs to change the name of the show to Snooze World Radio.
Because he's not an NBA fan either. He's not an NBA fan either. Don't worry, we'll get into some football talk, you rat bastard. Don't worry.
I got some stories on the NFL there, Double A. Don't worry about that.
Specifically with the Eagles, I hope, so we can piss him off.
I'll get into that, but I'm glad everybody's starting to show up. Browning and Ebo and Double A. Yeah, the Cavaliers, we'll see how well they look. They're finally beginning to get their game together. Everybody thought, 5-7, they won't get it together. And here's what David Blatt said last night. He goes, quote, "That was a tough, hard victory," Cleveland coach David Blatt said, as this is his first year in the NBA as a rookie head coach.
Hey, you want to know something?
What?
If the Knicks don't move their butts pretty quickly, the Philadelphia 76ers are going to catch them. Philadelphia's got 2 wins. The Knicks got 4.
That's right. Philadelphia's 2-18. The Knicks 4-19. The Pistons, they're another team that can move past them. They're 3-19.
I know. I'm looking at that. Minnesota's 4-16. The Lakers are 6-16. Oof, God, there's some bad teams in the NBA, man. Some bad teams. You got you know what? Okay, you know what's really bad? Brooklyn, Boston, New York, and Philadelphia are all in single-digit wins and have double-digit losses. That's bad. That's bad. That's bad. That's every team in the Eastern Atlantic except for Toronto. Toronto's 16-6, spanking the living crap out of this division. Brooklyn's 8-11, Boston 7-12, Knicks are 4-19, and Philadelphia is 2-18. Way to freaking go there, Philadelphia.
Yeah, Philadelphia, which had lost 17 straight games before they finally picked up their first win. That was against the Minnesota Timberwolves, but the 76ers still could be worse. And the last time the 76ers were that bad was 92-93. They went 9-73. So could they tie their record? It is possible. You look at how bad they are at home. The 76ers are 0-11 at home and 2-7 on the road.
Yes, come on, that division stinks.
Like always, Jeff, the Western Conference is better than the Eastern Conference. Okay, I don't know. I think the team that's going to win it all is going to be the team out of the Western Conference. We haven't done our NBA elimination pick very lately, but I know that you and I are probably having the idea, Jeff, that the West is that we know that probably the team that's going to win it is going to be a Western Conference team.
No kidding. I already got my team picked. Hey, coming up this Friday, don't forget we got our NBA elimination game. We're doing 6 teams this Friday apiece. 6 teams. We're eliminating 6 teams apiece. I don't care if they're all on the West. I don't care if they're all on the East. I don't care if you do a 4-2, 3-2, 5-1, 1-5. I don't care how you do it. 6 teams. You got it, buddy?
Yeah, I got you.
You got me?
Yep, and on that note, we got to go to our first update of the day.
First update of the day. Okay, hey, Bernadette, this update. Listen really carefully, Bernadette, my friend out there in freaking New York land who's freezing her butt off, and that just makes me laugh. This update is brought to you by The Flipper. Head on over to flipperflipper.com. If you have kids, especially if you have boys, and they leave the seat up when they go to the bathroom and they just leave it up, and then you, Bernadette, you have to walk in there to put the seat down and touch it and put it down and then go use the facilities. Here, go over to flipperflipper.com. Check it out. It attaches to the underside of your toilet seat so you never, ever have to touch your toilet seat ever again. It's called the Flipper. It helps you flip up the toilet seat and flip it down so you never have to touch it with your bare hands again. That's flipperflipper.com. Take it away, Sean Mann, with the first update of the day.
All right, Jeff, thank you very much. 46 minutes after the hour on Wednesday, December 10th, 2014. We are live and we are in full swing for Sports World Radio. Here's the update. 2 games in the NHL on NBC Sports Network tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, which is 5 p.m. Pacific. It'll be the Toronto Maple Leafs taking on the Detroit Red Wings for the National Hockey League. And then the other game, the Edmonton Oilers against the Anaheim Ducks. In the NBA, of course, there are 10 games that we have to get to. The Celtics at the Hornets, Clippers at the Pacers, Wizards at the Magic, 76ers at the Hawks, Nets at the Bulls, Trailblazers at the Timberwolves, ESPN tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, which is 5 p.m. Pacific. The Pelicans at the Mavericks, Knicks at the Spurs, Rockets at the Warriors, and the second game on ESPN will be the Heat taking on the Nuggets. In the NFL, tomorrow night, the NFL Network has got the Cardinals at the Rams in what will be a pivotal matchup in the NFC, especially for a Cardinals team trying to win the NFC West Division. Major League Baseball, the big story, John Lester has agreed to sign a 6-year, $155 million contract with the Chicago Cubs. That's big news. Other big news from Major League Baseball, Jimmy Rollins has been traded from the Philadelphia Phillies, the shortstop, to the Los Angeles Dodgers.
I bet you like that there, Double-A, don't you?
Francisco Liriano agreed to a 3-year contract worth $39 million with the Pittsburgh Pirates. For Sports World Radio, the first update of the day, I am Sean Mann. This update was brought to you by flipperflipper.com. We're going to run to commercial. After the commercial break and this update, more sports talk with Jeff Eskow and Sean Mann.
I had PTSD. Once I was back from Iraq, I was distant from everybody in my family.
We had a reunion of our unit, and you'd hear these spouses say, "Is your husband doing that? My husband's doing that too. I thought it was just us." And really understanding that, hey, this is a common experience.
I learned more to listen to what he was saying, and that made it easier for me to understand where his pain was coming from.
Warriors should know that resources are available. Learn more at realwarriors.net.
Every parent wants the safest and healthiest products for their family. That's why I created The Honest Company. I was just a concerned mom with a crazy dream. A wish that there was a company that I could rely on that did all of the hard work for me. I'm Jessica Alba, and The Honest Company was my dream.
LegalZoom has helped 1 million businesses successfully get started, including Jessica's. Launch your dream at LegalZoom today. Call us. We're here to help.
Confusion ever someone or have sudden you trouble had speaking, understanding?
Understanding trouble? Have you sudden have or speaking someone ever confusion?
Have you ever had sudden confusion, trouble speaking, or understanding someone?
It could be one of the 5 signs of stroke.
Sudden weakness or numbness of the face, arm, or leg.
Sudden trouble with vision in one or both eyes.
Suddenly having trouble walking or difficulty with balance.
Or a sudden intense headache that comes out of nowhere.
If you or someone you know has any of these symptoms, don't wait. Call 911 immediately. You could make a difference in someone's life, someone you love, maybe even your own.
It's late until, wait, don't too.
Don't wait until it's too late. Time lost is brain lost.
Find out more at powertoendstroke.org. Brought to you by the American Heart Association, American Stroke Association, and the Ad Council.
Hey everybody, this is Sky, and when I want to know what's going on in the wonderful world of sports, I tune to Sports World Radio.
All right, welcome back to Sports World Radio. Jeff Escal, Sean Mann, bringing you the fastest 2 hours of sports talk on the internet. I guarantee it. Every Monday through Friday, 6 p.m. in the East, 3 p.m. in the West. And if you live in the Central?
If you happen to live in the Central, figure it out for yourself. If you live in the mountains, who really cares?
Hey, Double A, are you really that pissed off, buddy? Double A's hanging out in our chat room. Hey, if you want to come over and hang out in our chat room, you need to have an account at Spreaker. It's free. Head on over to Spreaker.com. That's Spreaker.com. Get yourself a free account. Type in Sports World Radio. Then look for our show. At the bottom, the channel will pop up. Just hit the bubble all the way over to the right there, and it'll pop open the chat room, and you can start chatting away with us. That's
I'm
right.
sure
You hear
Double
that
A
there,
is very,
Bernadette?
very upset about that. He's pretty upset about that deal.
I'm sure he is. Hey, Double A, I got a friend of mine who lives in Philadelphia. She'll go get drunk with you. Her and her husband will go get drunk with you. You guys can drown your sorrows together. Right, Bernadette? Bernadette, you can take you and your husband. You can go meet my friend Double A. You guys can go freaking drown your sorrows together, you rat bastards.
So he's angry with Ruben Amaro, who is the general
poor
manager of the
Bubba.
Phillies who made that trade today.
Oh, poor Bubba.
Well, it's in San Diego. Maybe Jeff could go meet with him, Double A, to make sure that they could not have to make that trade happen.
Oh, poor baby. He's so upset. The guy's been there 15 years. You know what? You're happy he's gone. He's old, for Christ's sake. How many years left does Jimmy Rollins really have? Come on.
I'd say maybe about 3 or 5 years
Exactly.
left. I'll take a guess with
And
that.
what the hell is he going to do in Dodger Land anyway? Nothing.
He'll have fun in La La Land.
They needed a shortstop, so now they got one. He doesn't have the same range. He's not hitting the same. Maybe going over to Dodger Land will help him. Who knows? But
Well,
the guy's
Double A
old.
says, I'm not PO'd. I'm just brutally honest.
Hey, it's just like the Pittsburgh Pirates signing Laureano, who's a freaking 31-year-old for 3 years for $41 million. That's a freaking joke and a half. Okay?
You can go talk with Wes about that. I'm sure Wes is very happy that Francisco Liriano is a buck.
That's a joke and a half. Uh-oh. Bernadette's husband's logging into the chat room. We're going to get in trouble now. Uh-oh.
All right, well, here's the next topic since got Double A and Ebo in the house. Monday Night Football on ESPN. We were going to get to this game yesterday, but oh well, let's do it anyway. The Packers beating the Atlanta Falcons, Jeff, 43-37. High-scoring game this one was.
Double A, I'm more pissed off about Hunter Pence being traded than with J-Roll. That's hysterical. Sorry, Sean.
It's all right. That's no problem at all. The Packers winning, Jeff. What do you think? They moved to 10-3. They earned their 5th consecutive victory to stay a game up on Detroit in the NFC North. This is from Monday Night Football on ESPN.
Hey, Dallas, the road runs through Green Bay. Lots of luck.
Aaron Rodgers, another successful game, 24 of 36, 327 yards, 3 touchdown passes, and no interceptions. And for the Atlanta Falcons, back Matt Ryan, he was 24 of 39, 375 yards, 4 touchdown passes, 1 pick.
Although Atlanta did make a game of it at the end. I didn't watch that game. You know me.
I didn't watch it either.
It was boring for me. I was watching some other crap.
I didn't watch, and Atlanta did make it a game.
I forgot it was on. Sorry.
So here's the thing. Here's what Ebo says. I can't believe the Packers had the Falcons in the game by that much, but I picked Green Bay to score the most and won that.
Well, Green Bay scored the most, but that don't mean crap. What does the league look like? I haven't been over there in a while. Did you get knocked out of first place,
I will take a look.
Did you get knocked out of first place, you rat bastard?
Yeah, I'm out of first place. I think I'm like 3rd place right now in the pick'em.
Uh-oh.
I'm battling with Double A and with Gio and Ebo and
you stink.
Yeah.
You got to hold the position for us guys here at Sports Radio until we can get the balls enough to catch you. You know what I'm saying
so
over
the
there?
So Dallas, here's the situation. The Packers win. The Packers will be doing a lot of scoreboard watching next weekend, trying to make sure they can hold off Detroit. But the Packers are battling with the top seed in the NFC, and they're battling with Philadelphia Eagles and the Dallas Cowboys. Setting up, ladies and gentlemen, a big matchup Sunday night at Lincoln Financial Field. And I know, Double A, darn well you're going to be watching that game on Sunday Night Football on NBC.
Dag nabbit, I'm out of the freaking top 10. I'm in 11th. Death Geo's in 1st, Double A's in 2nd, Schmedley's in 3rd, the returning champion Ebo's in 4th, Renegade's in 5th. Yep. Wes is in 6th, Nick is in 7th, Andrew's in 8th, Josh is in 9th, Frank is in 10th, and I'm in 11th now. Now I'm bringing up the rear. I don't like that. I don't like that at all.
Ebo goes at least Sean's near the top. Where's Jeff?
I'm in 11th, Ebo. I'm in 11th, Ebo. How bad is that? That's bad. That'd be bad shit right there.
So, Jeff, I got to ask you, going back to the NFC a little bit, and you're looking at the standings here.
Road runs through Green Bay, Dallas. Get used to it.
Jerry Jones knows. Hey, Jerry Jones would say, let's have a revival of the Cowboy-Packer rivalry from the 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s.
How great is it going to be when the Cowboys end up at 9-7 and don't make the playoffs? How great is it going to be if the Cowboys end up at 10-6 and don't make the playoffs?
Jerry Jones will be PO'd about it. He's sick and tired of all the heartbreak.
How great is it going to be Sunday night when Philadelphia beats Dallas to win the division? Huh? Huh? How great is that going to be? Right, Double A?
I know Double A was not very happy that Philadelphia lost to the Seattle Seahawks, but I expect this game to be different again. I know who I'm going to go with, but I'll save that for the NFL Real Talk on Saturday.
You know who I'm going with.
Yep.
There's no way. I don't think I picked Dallas all year. Why start now?
I look at the Packers' schedule, going back to it. I'll get back to that other one. They go to Buffalo, the Packers do, at Tampa Bay, and then they host the Detroit Lions. So Green Bay, in my opinion, will win the NFC North division. They'll overtake the Lions. Detroit's best shot, Jeff, is to get in as an NFC wildcard team.
NFC wildcard team. Detroit, I see that happening. But it's, that's become a clunky, that's become a clunky division. What's up, Chappell? How you doing, buddy?
Good to see you, Chappell.
That's freaking Bernadette's husband. Now we're in trouble.
Double A says this. Hey, Jeff, we can't win the division on Sunday.
They can win the division on Sunday. Because didn't they beat Dallas once before?
Yes, Philadelphia won 33-10 in Dallas.
So here it is. If Philadelphia wins Sunday, right, and then Philadelphia loses the final week and Dallas wins and they have a same record, Philadelphia gets the tiebreaker because they beat them twice. So they win the division. So don't tell me they can't. So that the game Sunday means a hell of a lot, dude. So don't tell me that.
And I know Jerry Jones is sick of it. He's like saying, all I want is for the Cowboys to win the NFC East division for the first time since 2007 when they went 13-3.
And here's going to be the best thing of all, because the last game of the season, Dallas plays Washington, and Washington's gonna upset Dallas and win that game.
They were upset last time in Dallas on a Monday night.
That's right. Washington's going to beat Dallas the last game of the season and just totally knock them right out of the playoff. And every single year for the last several years, you've lost to an NFC East team to knock you out of the playoffs. How beautiful is that there, Skippy?
Which will lead to the direct firing of Jason Garrett.
Yeah, the direct firing of Jason Garrett, who's supposed to be, according to Skip Bayless, the better coach than Don Shula. The hell out of here.
And a better coach than Bill Parcells.
You're dead. You're smoking some serious dope. Jackass. Skip Bayless.
Double A says this. Hey, Jeff, they need wins against Dallas, Washington, and the Giants. He goes, we will win out.
Philadelphia?
Yeah, the Eagles.
I'm okay with that. I don't have a problem with that. Maybe win the last two, but leave the last game to me. Please. Although that last game, win or go home for Philadelphia, could be a major freaking game, so it could be very fun to watch. But those are the last three games, Philadelphia, Dallas, Washington, and the Giants?
Yes.
What a way to end the season for Philadelphia, huh?
And for Dallas, at Philadelphia, at home against Indianapolis, and then at Washington.
Right, so Dallas could actually lose these last three games. Dallas can lose Sunday against Philly. Dallas can lose next week against Indy. Okay? And then it's a must-win for Dallas just to even have a chance to make the playoffs against Washington. Washington upsets them. How beautiful is that there, Mr. Skip Bayless?
And all the Cowboy fans?
Yeah, and all you Cowboy fans. What is Chappell saying? Trend. Amaro gives up Victorino to Red Sox. Wins World Series first year. Trade Pence to Giants. Win World Series second 2 out of the last 3 years. Just traded J-Roll to Dodgers with Hamels already rumored to go to bookend Kershaw. Bottom line, Amaro is really good at making other teams better, jackass. Hey, Double A, you got somebody in here that agrees with you about Amaro. How about that? There, you two can get together and drown your sorrows in your disgust of Amaro.
Chappell says, fly, Eagles, fly.
Oh, God. I'm glad he wasn't at the reunion, because then I would have had to listen to that crap. Hey, Bernadette, thank you for not bringing your husband to the reunion, so I didn't have to listen to that crap.
And on that note, we got to go to another commercial break.
Top of the hour. Man, this hour just flew right by. Hey, we'll be right back after this commercial break for the second hour of Sports World Radio. Listen to Jeff Escow and Sean Mann on
Sports World Radio.
We'll be right back.
Storms move fast, so we use the best technology. That includes Bosch Icon wiper blades.
They're beam blades with memory tension springs and an aerodynamic design,
which means they fit the curve of the windshield. Bosch Icon wiper blades wiped our windshield clean and outlasted any other blade we've used. In my opinion, the Bosch Icon wiper blades are the best blades out there. Bosch Icon wiper blades, how storm chasers clear the way.
Confusion ever someone or have sudden you trouble had speaking, understanding?
Understanding trouble? Have you sudden have or speaking someone ever confusion?
Have you ever had sudden confusion, trouble speaking, or understanding someone?
It could be one of the 5 signs of stroke.
Sudden weakness or numbness of the face, arm, or leg.
Sudden trouble with vision in one or both eyes.
Suddenly having trouble walking or difficulty with balance.
Or a sudden intense headache that comes out of nowhere.
If you or someone you know has any of these symptoms, don't wait. Call 911 immediately. You could make a difference in someone's life, someone you love, maybe even your own.
It's late until, wait, don't too.
Don't wait until it's too late. Time lost is brain lost.
Find out more at powertoendstroke.org. Brought to you by the American Heart Association, American Stroke Association, and the Ad Council.
Hi, I'm Montel Williams. Most of you know me as a talk show host, but I'm also an author actor, single father of 4, a fitness writer, avid snowboarder, and I'm also a medical marijuana patient. Like many of the million people who are living with multiple sclerosis, I'm in pain every single day. And sometimes my nerves are so raw that if you brushed up against me in an elevator, I'd scream. I can't sleep at night from the pain, and sometimes the spasms in my legs are so intense they will wake me up throughout the night. I've tried the strongest prescription medications available, and I'm going to tell you, they do not work. In fact, they leave me in a stupor, and most of the time, it's impossible to even live your life. Now, I've tried medical marijuana, and I'm going to tell you something, it works. If you'd like more information about medical marijuana, you can contact the Marijuana Policy Project at mpp.org or call 1-877-JOIN-MPP.
Hey everybody, this is Sky, and when I want to know what's going on in the wonderful world of sports, I tune to Sports World Radio.
Arizona going over to the Jets to play the Jets. What the heck is going on in New Jersey?
Guys, I've got a
I don't know what the hell is playing right now, but hey, welcome back to Sports World Radio with Jeff Eskow and Sean Mann here on SportsWorldRadio.com every Monday through Friday, 3 p.m. on the West, 6 p.m. on the East, and if you live in the Central?
If you live in the Central, figure it out for yourself.
That's easy for you to say. You can't even
Yeah,
spit it out. Hey,
I
Chappell.
almost put my mic on mute.
Hey, Chappell, you said you signed the jacket? I have the jacket right here in the studio with me, sitting right on the back of my chair that I'm sitting in right now. You rat bastard. You know something? At that reunion, I never got to the other side of the building. The side where the band was, the side where the bathroom was, the side where all the games were and whatnot. I never got to that side of the bar. I only stayed to the side of the bar where the doors were at. I never, and you want to hear something else, Chappell? I never, ever went to the bathroom in that bar. And I was at that bar from about 7:45, and I think we left, it was 3:30 in the morning. And I never took a piss inside that bathroom. How crazy is that? I was hammered. You signed the jacket. Where the hell did you sign the jacket at? I got it right here. That's freaking nuts, man. That's freaking nuts. Look at all these people that signed the jacket. Freaking crazy. Okay, well, every time I went outside to go smoke a cigarette, there was an alley right there. So I just went and pissed in the alley. And then Tommy Nevins a couple of times dragged me outside to go, smoke. So we went into the alley, so I just went and pissed there. Oh, you think you signed Bernadette's name? Oh, that's nice. That's nice.
That sounded like a real fun time for a class reunion.
Are you kidding me, dude? That's the first time I had a drink in 4 years. I was hammered. Look at this. Look at all these names on here. It's ridiculous, man. I'm still working on the video, too. Jeff the alley pisser. Hey, dude, I've done worse things in an alley before, okay, than piss. All right? That's why I don't go to bars no more. Okay? That's why I stopped drinking. All right, Sean, what do we got next, buddy?
All right, the next story that we get to is that we will talk about the NFL. They're making a rule about domestic violence. What's your thoughts about that, Jeff?
Where, in the NFL?
Yeah.
What do you mean? What? They're making a rule?
Yeah, the NFL owners, the new conduct policy. NFL owners Wednesday unanimously approved a revised personal conduct policy Commissioner Roger Goodell announced. The new policy takes effect immediately. Among the key changes, there's three big outlines. Number one, the policy embraces the use of independent investigations. Mm-hmm. To that end, the NFL will hire a special counsel for investigations and conduct who will oversee initial discipline. The policy will implement an element of leave with pay during investigations of people charged with violent crimes. And number three, the commissioners will maintain a role in the appeals process, but also may appoint panel of independent experts to participating in deciding an appeal. So they're trying to make a lot of changes, Jeff, with that too.
Well, it's not going to take effect until the new bargaining agreement, right?
Right.
So, I'm going to make a statement, and I'm going to get a lot of grief for it, and a lot of people are going to be pissed off at me for saying this. And you know me, you know what my attitude is about that. I really don't give a flying fig Newton what you think. But I have the microphone, so you have to listen to what I think. Or you can change the channel. Mm-hmm. With all this stuff going around, when everybody's wearing the I Can't Breathe shirt, okay, I'm going to make this statement. And I'm going to probably catch a lot of hell for saying it, but it's just how I believe, okay? It doesn't mean whether I'm right or I'm wrong, or whether I'm indifferent to it. This is how I believe. Everybody's wearing these I Can't Breathe statements, these T-shirts, correct?
Correct.
Because the gentleman who was choked in New York City, unfortunately, passed away, and at the time he was saying, I can't breathe, correct?
Correct.
Well, from what I understand, if you're saying, I can't breathe, you're able to breathe, aren't you?
Yep.
End of discussion. That's all I'm saying. If you're saying I can't breathe, you're actually breathing because you're talking. Just saying. So I'm sure I'll get in a lot of trouble over that.
Pretty much.
But, that's just how that's how I feel about it.
The way I view it, Jeff, is that I'm glad that the NFL is finally making a stance on this, because think about all the stuff that the NFL dealt with during the offseason. They went to Ray Rice and the situation that got out of hand there, and then Adrian Peterson. They're finally saying, well, we finally knocked some sense into us. We need to start acting like NFL owners and take a stand on this before anybody else decides to be a criminal and starts sexually assaulting or hurting people or you name it, which can lead to a disastrous situation.
It's nuts. But we don't normally
really
talk.
Is.
Yeah, we don't normally talk stuff like that. But it's been bugging the heck out of me for a while, so I wanted to say something. And I
don't
see
want to talk too much about it.
Yeah, and I see all these people wearing these I Can't Breathe shirts, supporting the gentleman and all that, and what was done, and, something was done to him wrong, and I get that and everything and all that. But if you're saying I can't breathe, you're actually able to breathe because you're freaking talking. So don't give me none of that crap. That's just how I feel about it. And I was talking to my dad about it last night, and I said that to him, and he goes, I didn't think about it like that. Well, that's how I think about it. That's how I thought about it. If you're saying I can't breathe, you're actually able to breathe because you're talking.
True.
What do you got for me next, buddy?
All right, the next thing we've got, the Skippy Bayless Bash Hour.
Oh, this is going to be fun. Hey, Chappell, you've never heard this before. You're going to enjoy the living crap out of this.
Looking at all the stuff that Skippy Bayless came out with today, he said some interesting stuff, no question about it. I'm looking for it right now. Hold on.
Hold on, I can't find my stuff. I'm all ready, but I don't know where it went. It's here
all right,
somewhere.
all right, hold on. All right, Skippy Bayless said that Johnny Manziel will lead the Browns to beat the Bengals.
This week? What are you, smoking dope?
He's probably saying, look, Mr. Eskow,
this is not
let's think about it this way. Johnny Manziel got the starting quarterback job, so what do you say about that?
This is not the time for you to put a rookie quarterback in when you're still in the playoff hunt. Huh? What do you think about that there, Skippy, you jackass? You're going to put a rookie quarterback in who's played one series in his NFL freaking career trying to win a game against a playoff potential team to try and get into the playoffs? You're smoking potatoes.
He'd probably would say, well, you just watch and see what happens. They'll win 3 more games.
You know something?
Johnny Manziel.
What are you going to say? What are you going to say when Johnny Manziel gets hurt in that game and he's lost for the rest of the 2 games or whatever for the season and might not be able to play next year? What are you going to say then, you stupid ass? He is not ready, and he is not an NFL quarterback.
That even came out yesterday that Johnny Manziel would be
Dumbass.
named the starter this Sunday.
I can't
Skippy
stand
Bayless
you.
said that Charles Barkley is the most
Overrated,
underappreciated.
most overrated jackass he's ever met in his life? That would be the correct statement, but what did he say?
Skippy Bayless said that Charles Barkley is the most underappreciated NBA analyst of all time.
Hold on, I gotta go throw up for a second. That's terrible. That's terrible. That's
You'd
like
probably
saying,
say, hey, have you ever listened to the way the guy gives good sports perspective on Inside the NBA?
he doesn't. He doesn't. His sports perspective sucks. I'm just saying. Hey, you know what? Chappell can give you a better basketball sports perspective than Charles Barkley. How about that there, Skippy? Jackass.
Skippy Bayless said that Johnny Manziel is the next Tony Romo.
Yeah. One playoff win, no Super Bowl. That's a good freaking mentor to have there. Dumbass.
He would probably say, hey, everybody, what's going to happen when Johnny Manziel wins a lot more Super Bowls because this guy's got potential?
That's like me saying Sean Mann reminds me of Skip Bayless. That's what that is right there.
Oh, jeez. I'm not even close to another Skippy Bayless. Don't give me
listen
that.
to me. If you turn into a Skip Bayless, I'm cutting you off. I'm telling you right now.
On that note, I got some more, but we got to run to a commercial break.
Man, these segments are going so fast. We'll be right back after a quick commercial break. Listening to Jeff Escott Show, man, on
Sports World Radio.
Person gets to work in the sunshine instead of an office. This kind of person. I am the new way to work. I do have an office. I'm just not chained to it. It's a Regis office at one of the nicest addresses in the city. I don't have a lease, so I don't have to budget for stuff like phones, IT guys, and artwork for the lobby. Instead, I pay one low monthly rate that gives me a beautiful lobby that impresses my clients, a friendly receptionist, a fully furnished office, a place to meet, and a place to brainstorm with my fellow New Way to Workers. We wonder why more people don't realize that the new way to work is the best way to work. I come here because I want to, not because I have to. I am the new way to work, and I'd like you to join me.
Start now and get 1 month free. Call 1-800-OFFICES or visit regis.com/TV.
Did you know that just 30 minutes a day of physical activity can improve your health and decrease your risk of heart disease? For every hour of regular, vigorous exercise, you gain 2 hours of life expectancy. So start walking for yourself and for your heart. Start walking with your family. You'll feel better. Start walking in your community. You'll lead happier and healthier lives. Start walking. Start something. Join the movement today. For more information on the American Heart Association START program, visit startwalkingnow.org and start walking. Start something.
This message brought to you by FEMA. Be fire safe during the holidays. Only use decorations that are non-flammable or flame retardant. Check holiday lights each year for frayed wires or excessive wear. And do not link more than 3 strands. Never leave a burning candle unattended. Consider using battery-operated flameless candles which look and smell like real candles. If your celebration includes a natural tree, keep it away from any heat source or exit. Water your tree daily to keep it from becoming dry. Learn more at usfa.fema.gov. This message brought to you by FEMA. Home fires occur most often in winter. Keep anything that can catch fire at least 3 feet from heating equipment. And never use an oven to heat your home. Stay in the kitchen when frying, grilling, or broiling food. Turn space heaters off when you leave the room or go to bed. Make sure all vents are clear of snow and ice to allow carbon monoxide to vent outside. Have your furnace, heating system, and chimneys serviced each year by a qualified professional. Learn more at www.usfa.fema.gov.
This message brought to you by FEMA. Stay fire safe this winter. Turn portable heaters off when you go to bed or leave the room. Keep anything that can burn at least 3 feet away. Plug portable heaters directly into wall outlets. Inspect and replace damaged cords, broken outlets, or loose connections. Use portable heaters with an automatic shutoff so that if they tip over, they turn off. Only use portable heaters approved by a recognized testing laboratory. Learn more at www.usfa.fema.gov.
Hey, Hey everybody, this is Sky, and when I want to know what's going on in the wonderful world of sports, I tune to Sports World Radio.
All right, welcome back to Sports World Radio. Jeff Eskow, Sean Mann, bringing you the fastest 2 hours of sports talk on the goddamn internet. I guarantee it. Every Monday through Friday, 6 p.m. on the East, 3 p.m. on the West. And if you live in the Central,
If you happen to live in the Central, figure it out for yourself.
damn Skippy. And don't forget, during the NFL season, on Saturday nights, we do our NFL Real Talk, 9 p.m. on the East, 6 p.m. on the West, right here on SportsWorldRadio.com. And if you live in the Central,
Figure it out for yourself.
there you go. Join us this Saturday night and listen to us make our picks here on Sports World Radio. 1 hour commercial free. How about that? All right, Sean, where we going?
All right, Skippy Bayless said that Johnny Manziel should have went to Dallas, but he'll take a Romo versus Manziel Super Bowl instead of a Rodgers versus Brady Super Bowl.
Rodgers Brady Super Bowl? I'm okay with that as long as it's not a freaking.
No, actually, this is what he said, Jeff. He wants a Tony Romo versus Johnny Manziel Super Bowl.
Well, he can't have it. So now he's going back to his original statement, Cowboys and the Browns?
Yeah, absolutely, like he said in August.
He's a jackass. Hey, Chappell, I see Maureen walking around with that bottle of Fireball too. Next thing I know, I had a shot in my hand. I only did 2 shots that night. I was hammered, man. I was telling Sean during the commercial. I vaguely, now that I think about it, vaguely remember shaking your hand. Bernadette introduced us. I vaguely remember that.
So how about this, Skippy Bayless saying, yeah, hey, Mr. Esko, what's going to happen when Cleveland plays Dallas the Super Bowl and I'm right and you're wrong?
Okay, let me ask you this one before I answer that one, Skippy. What's going to happen when they both don't make the playoffs and you're totally freaking wrong?
He goes, likewise, I'll come up with another excuse.
Answer me that one. Huh? You jackass. Answer me that one. Unstinking believable.
Oh, get ready for this. Skippy Bayless came out today and said that Tony Romo is better than Peyton Manning.
Tony Romo is better than Peyton Manning.
Yeah.
What do you say to a statement like that? Tony Romo is better than Peyton Manning. Hey, I was going to curse right there. Hey, jackass. Tony Romo has 1 playoff win. Peyton Manning's got more playoff wins in 2 years than Tony Romo's got in his whole freaking career. Okay? He's got a Super Bowl ring. He's got MVP rings up the wazoo. And you're telling me that he's better than Peyton Manning? That's the most stupidest statement I've heard you say today.
And saying that Jason Garrett is a better head coach than Don Shula.
Jason Garrett's no better than freaking... Jason Garrett's no better of a head coach than Chucky's brother.
Skippy Bayless said that Tiger Woods is not the greatest golfer.
I'm okay with that statement, actually, to tell you the truth, because I'm not a Tiger Woods fan.
Skippy Bayless is not a fan of the Los Angeles Clippers.
Jason Garrett you know what? Jason Garrett isn't even a better head coach than Marvin Lewis. I like that, Ebo. I like that one. That's a good one right there. Chappell says, Bayless banter makes your job so much easier. Yeah, no kidding. Because he's the schmuck.
And with Skippy Bayless saying, here's what he said. He goes, I'm not a fan of the Los Angeles Clippers.
He will be when he will be, because he said that, right? I'm not a fan of the Los Angeles Clippers.
Yeah, that's what he said.
Wait. Down the road towards the NBA playoffs, and they get in there, he's going to start calling them my Clippers.
Till he
mark
like
this date down. Mark this date down in your calendar. December 10th. Oh, you know what today is? I'm going to do something that I thought I would never, ever do in my life. Or in the at least 20, 25, 30 years I've been living out here. Today is my ex-wife's birthday. Today is my son's mother's birthday.
Oh.
So happy birthday, Debbie. There you go.
Skip?
Yeah, mark this date down. December 10th, 2014. He said he's not a Clippers fan, right?
Yeah, Skippy Bayless said, I'm not a fan of the Los Angeles Clippers.
Mark that date down, Sean, because I'm telling you, come May, he's going to be calling them, come May or June, he'll be calling them my Clippers. Watch.
Skippy Bayless said that Kobe Bryant needs to go to the New York Knicks.
Skippy, no, he doesn't. He's not going to go nowhere. He's just going to stay right there and end his career in L.A., which is the smart thing for him to do.
He probably would say, oh, yeah, really? How do you know, Jeff? I could know more about sports than you do, and I could know that Kobe Bryant, for a fact, would want to team up with Phil Jackson.
Well, I don't think Phil Jackson wants him on that team. Did you ever think about that, you dumbass? Just because Kobe Bryant wants to doesn't mean Phil Jackson wants to. Huh? Yeah, add some more headaches over there. They don't have enough. Add some more by bringing Kobe Bryant in there, you freaking moron.
And then he came out there and he said this. He said, Skippy Bayless said that with all the turmoil going on with the New York Knicks, Phil Jackson should just leave the Knicks while he still has a chance.
He's going to fix those Knicks.
And then watch him say, my New York Knicks will win the whole thing.
They're not going to win the whole thing this year. Maybe not even next year. But maybe the year after. Now, as a diehard New York Knicks fan I am, I know. I see the writing on the wall, unlike other people, Skip Bayless, that they're not going to be good this year. I knew that last year. In fact, I knew last year they're not going to be good this year, they're not going to be good next year, but maybe the following year. It's a 3-year plan. Phil has already said that, and you're jumping down the throat now. Listen, it's going to get a lot worse before it gets any better, people, so just sit there. I'm going to take a page out of Aaron Rodgers. Relax. R-E-L-A-X. Relax, Knicks fans. Relax.
Skippy Bayless said that Charles Barkley would be the next Eric Spoelstra.
Hey, Ebo, that barely over 500 record for Marvin Lewis is still a better record than freaking Jason Garrett has.
Skippy would probably say, yeah, but he goes, what have the Bengals done for you lately? They haven't won one playoff game. What do you say about that since January of 1991?
Well, you know what? Neither has the freaking Dallas Cowboys. So shut the hell up. Unbelievable. Next, I throw it. Listen, Skip, anything you throw at me, I can throw back tenfold at you. Without papers in front of me even. Right off the top of my head even. You need somebody to tell you crap.
Because you make so much nonsense.
That's right. You need somebody to tell you what to say. I don't.
And how he says this today, he said, Skippy Bayless said that Charles Barkley, Jeff, should be the next Eric Spoelstra.
Charles Barkley couldn't coach a freaking high school team, let alone an NBA team or a college team. Charles Barkley is not a head coach of any bet. The only team Charles Barkley can coach is the CYO League.
Skippy Bayless said that the Boston Red Sox better start picking up some free agents. Duh, really? I think I know that.
Well, you're pointing out the obvious there, huh, Skippy?
Skippy Bayless said that Panda Pablo Sandoval needs to be the MVP next year, and baseball hasn't even started yet.
The only way he's going to be the MVP next year is that fat bastard lose some weight.
I got my Panda jersey coming for Christmas, right? That's right.
That fat bastard better lose some weight. You know what? The Red Sox have the 2 fattest guys in Major League Baseball on their team.
But still clutch players, isn't it great? Yeah.
Yeah, but if they can't run and do anything, how are they clutch players, those fat bastards? Hey, why don't you have another bucket of chicken?
Skippy Bayless said that the New York Yankees dynasty may be over.
No. Wow, you're just stating the obvious there. No kidding, jackass. It's the first time in 19 seasons that they're not going to have Derek Jeter? That hell.
Yep.
Wow, you're just... Boy, You're pointing out the obvious there, you dummy. Unbelievable. Unstinking believable.
Let's see what he also said. Skippy Bayless said that the Los Angeles Lakers are the New York Knicks of the Western Conference.
Well, I'll agree with that. Only New York Knicks are a little worse than the LA Lakers.
Skippy Bayless said that Stephen A. Smith is a biased journalist.
Hey, thanks, Ebo. Garrett in 5 seasons is 38-31. He's a 544. Marvin's is a 527. But Marvin's been there for 11 years. Okay? Do me a favor. Take the first 5 seasons from Marvin, and then tell me what he is, Ebo.
And then you can get on Skippy about that, saying, oh, Garrett's a better coach than Don Shula.
Okay? Marvin's been there for 11 years. Take Marvin's first 5 years or take his last 5 years. I don't care. Take his best 5 years. Take his worst 5. I don't give a flying fig Newton.
So, Jeff, what do you think of this? Skippy Bayless said that Stephen A. Smith is a biased journalist.
He is. Oh, Stephen A. Smith? No, he's not a biased. No. You know who's a biased journalist? Skippy Bayless.
Yep.
Skippy Bayless is a biased journalist. The biggest biased journalist I've ever met in my life. Stephen A. Smith shut Skippy Bayless down the other day. It was great.
Got some more, and on that note, we got to run to our second and final commercial break.
No, our final update, you mean. This update is brought to you by the Flipper.
Yeah.
Head on over to flipperflipper.com and get your Flipper today, boys and girls. Now, I know everybody's tired of grabbing the toilet seat with their hand to lift it or lower it. Listen, I don't do it at my house. I got the Flipper. Head on over to flipperflipper.com today and get your Flipper today. Never, ever touch your toilet seat ever again. You know what? Christmas is coming. They make great stocking stuffers. And they're on sale right now, 2-for-1 special. And everybody's got 2 toilets in their house. Well, head on over to flipperflipper.com today and get your Flipper today. Take it away, Showman, with the final update of the day.
All right, Jeff, thank you very much. 30 minutes after the hour on the 10th of December, 2014, Wednesday. Major League Baseball, here are the big headlines from the winter meetings. We are already in the 3rd day. Tomorrow the winter meetings come to an end, but there has been lots of news, lots of signings by free agents and trades going on. Breaking news, of course, about an hour ago, or an hour and a half, the Philadelphia Phillies, they traded shortstop Jimmy Rollins to the Los Angeles Dodgers. After the Dodgers lost Hanley Ramirez, they went out and got a man that hopefully can play the shortstop position well. The Marlins are in talk to trade for D. Gordon. John Lester has found himself a new home. It will not be the Red Sox. It will not be the Giants or the Yankees. It will be the Chicago Cubs. Lester agreed to a 6-year, $155 million contract with the Chicago Cubs, making probably Frank Sprinkle a very happy man. With that deal, the Cubs are now 12-1 odds to possibly win the World Series and end a long, long, long World Series drought. Francisco Liriano, he agreed to a 3-year, $39 million contract. In the NBA, here are the games that we got going on. The Hornets taking on the Celtics. Right now, the Hornets lead the Celtics 22-14. Clippers over the Pacers 28-17. After 1 quarter of play, the Wizards lead the Magic 26-21. 76ers at the Hawks. Nets at the Bulls. Trailblazers at the Timberwolves. The game on ESPN tonight for Wednesday night basketball on ESPN, the NBA. It's the Pelicans taking on the Mavericks, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, which is 5 p.m. Pacific. The New York Knicks heading down to the Alamo City to take on the San Antonio Spurs. Houston Rockets at the Golden State Warriors. Other game ESPN concluding the Pelicans and the Mavericks. It'll be the Heat taking on the Nuggets, 10:30 p.m. Eastern Time, which is 7:30 p.m. Pacific. And that is on ESPN, the Heat and the Nuggets. In the NHL, there's 2 games for tonight. First game on the NBC Sports Network, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, 5 p.m. Pacific. It'll be the Toronto Maple Leafs taking on the Detroit Red Wings. And the other game, the Edmonton Oilers at the Anaheim Ducks. That's the last update for Sports World Radio on this Wednesday. It was brought to you by flipperflipper.com. Let's run to commercial break. More sports talk with Jeff Eskow and John Mann coming up after this commercial. From our
Welcome to
sponsor.
the Man Manual. Man comes with a multifunctional casing known as skin. It is remarkable. Warning, standard body wash can cause damage to man's skin. Maintain it properly with Dove Men Plus Care Body Wash. It cleans man and protects skin from dryness. This will keep man's skin remarkable, even under extreme testing. Dove Men Plus Care Body Wash. Skin care built in. Also, freshen man's exterior with new Aqua Impact Body Wash.
Why does consultant Jerry Howells stay at La Quinta?
Can you come back tomorrow?
Because only with La Quinta can Jerry instant hold the room tonight using just his phone number. And then power down for tomorrow on his pillow top bed. And when Jerry's refreshed, you know what he does?
We need ideas, people. Think.
Synergistic integration. Genius.
He thinks outside the box.
I'm going for it. No.
La Quinta Inns and Suites take care of you so you can take care of business. Instant hold your next stay on your smartphone at LQ.com.
La Quinta.
Hi, I'm Montel Williams. Most of you know me as a talk show host, but I'm also an author, actor, single father of 4, a fitness writer, avid snowboarder, and I'm also a medical marijuana patient. Like many of the million people who are living with multiple sclerosis, I'm in pain every single day. And sometimes my nerves are so raw that if you brushed up against me in an elevator, I'd scream. I can't sleep at night from the pain, and sometimes the spasms in my legs are so intense they will wake me up throughout the night. I've tried the strongest prescription medications available, and I'm going to tell you, they do not work. In fact, they leave me in a stupor, and most of the time, it's impossible to even live your life. Now, I've tried medical marijuana, and I'm going to tell you something, it works. If you'd like more information about medical marijuana, you can contact the Marijuana Policy Project at mpp.org or call 1-877-JOIN-MPP.
Hey everybody, this is Sky, and when I want to know what's going on in the wonderful world of sports, I tune to SportsWorldRadio.
Hey, welcome back to Sports World Radio. Jeff Eskow, Sean Mann, bringing you the fastest 2 hours of sports talk each and every Monday through Friday right here on SportsWorldRadio.com. All right, so before we went to break, I asked Ebo to do me a favor. Okay, and she did. Marvin's first 5 seasons, he was 525%. His last 5 seasons, he was 556. So actually, in the same time frame, Marvin's done better than Garrett at 544. Told you, Skip. I am right once again, Skip, and you were wrong once again. Thank you, Ebo.
And then he probably, like I said in the commercial break, he probably would debate you. And he says, yeah, but look at the number of Super Bowls Dallas has compared to Cincinnati.
But okay, but Skip, we're not talking about that. You're talking about freaking Jason Garrett as head coach. That's what we're talking about. Not talking about when Jason Garrett played for him, you freaking moron. You can't have it both ways, Skip. You can't. You know what, Skip? You debate yourself right there. I'm not debating you while you're debating yourself. You can't say one way and then turn around and say it the other way to make yourself sound good. You can't do that. You can only say it one way so I can debate that. And then when I debate you and show you you're wrong, then you flip it around to prove that I'm right? No, because I'll show you that you're wrong again. You can't do it both ways, jackass.
Skippy Bayless also said, that my New England Patriots will need to take Miami Dolphins seriously.
No kidding. No kidding. You're just stating the obvious there, you dumbass.
Skippy Bayless said that ESPN should be the home of the Super Bowl.
No, I don't like that. They got enough. Why? So you get to do the game, or why? Because you get to go to the game for free?
He probably would say, because I work at ESPN, I have great perspective, and I know I could talk a lot more about the Super Bowl than other people.
Well, they do a 14 million hour freaking pre-show. Get on it. You know why they don't want you on it? Because you don't know what you're talking about. That's why.
He probably would say, yeah, but I have a great resume, and I've been around sports for a long time, and
Ask
they would
yourself
gladly
that,
accept
Skip.
me.
Ask yourself, why haven't they asked you to join? Just ask yourself that. Why haven't, if you're such a know-it-all in the NFL, why haven't they asked you to join their Super Bowl pre-show? Because you really don't know what you're talking about. That's why. That's why, you dumbass.
Skippy Bayless said that the Bulls will give my Cavaliers no competition.
boy, this guy's really freaking barking up the wrong tree.
Skippy Bayless is not impressed by the Chicago Cubs signing Joe Madden.
Well, he's got to be impressed now after they signed Lester.
Yeah, but he would say, well, yeah, okay, what have they done with their... Okay, what they got good pitching. But tell me, Mr. Escal, what about all that hitting? Cubs don't have good hitting, and they got to fill up those holes if they're going to be good.
They'll get some more things going. They'll get some... Let me ask you a question, Skip. What wins championships?
Defense.
Then shut the hell up and get defense first. You just answered your own question.
Skippy Bayless said that the White Sox are getting back on track.
Why? Because they got Samardzija?
Yeah, and they got David Robertson.
Okay, so you're saying that the White Sox went out and got a pitcher, and they're on the right track, but the Cubs went out and got a pitcher, and they're not on the right track.
That's correct. That's what he would say.
Well, that's talking out of both sides of your ass, ain't it? That's debating yourself right there. You're saying one team gets the Chicago White Sox, gets a pitcher, they're on the right track. The other team in Chicago, the Cubs, they get a pitcher, but they're not on the right track. What the hell is wrong with that statement, you jackass?
He probably would say because the White Sox look better than the Cubs do. The Cubs just have too many holes, and I'm not impressed with the signing of Joe Madden. Come on.
You know what? I like the Cubs manager Joe Madden than I like Ventura.
Why? Because he's got more experience?
Yes.
But Ventura could turn him around.
He hasn't now. He hasn't lately, has he?
No.
They've actually gotten worse under his freaking leadership, hasn't they?
Yeah.
So shut the hell up. I got you again, didn't I?
Skippy Bayless said that Brett Favre is better than Aaron Rodgers.
I don't know. I heard him say that. I was watching the show when he said that, and I don't know about that. He was debating Stephen A. Smith about that. It's two different types of football era. Even though Rodgers was behind Favre, it's two different types of football era.
Skippy Bayless said that Derek Fisher should be let go before the All-Star break because of how disastrous the New York Knicks are.
We knew that was going to be the way it is. We knew they were going to be bad. They don't have the correct personnel to run that offense yet. Chill out. Relax, you freaking moron.
Skippy Bayless said that everybody from the NFC South deserves to make the playoffs. Wow.
That's just barking up the wrong tree there, man. That's just barking up the wrong tree there.
That everybody in the NFC South should be, oh, that's just terrible. Remember when a 7-9 Seahawks team went in there? I wonder what he was saying back then. He probably would say, oh, I applaud the 7-9 Seahawks getting into the playoffs. A below 500 team.
A way below 500 team. I know.
Skippy Bayless said that he's surprised everybody stopped complaining about Thursday night football.
Well, I didn't stop complaining. I'm still complaining about it because I think it's the stupidest thing in the world to do it on every Thursday night. And Roger Goodell's bitching and complaining and trying to and talking about player safety, playing on a Sunday and then going to have to play 5 days later. It's not safety. That's money. That's money, not safety.
Well, he probably would debate you. He'd probably say, oh, yeah, but think about it this way. You have college football they play on Thursday nights. Add Thursday night football. Make that a big tradition for years to come.
Hey, this is professional football. We don't do what college football does. They do what we do.
Skippy Bayless said that Monday Night Football is not special anymore.
That's because they have Thursday Night Football. And Sunday Night Football. Get rid of the Thursday game and only have Sunday and Monday Night Football. It'll be back to being special again.
But he would probably say, but we're trying to kick things off. We're trying to start the new week. When it gets over, we can start Thursday night and everybody can focus on that.
You are not an NFL football player. You don't know what it's like to get hit on a Sunday and they have to get ready and play again on a Thursday. You got no freaking clue, you douchebag. It's not easy. Go ask any professional NFL football player, retired or not, and ask them if it's easy. Your body has not had time to recover.
Skippy Bayless said that Floyd Mayweather is the Joe Frazier of this generation.
No, he's not. He's the Ali of this decade because he talks like Ali did. Okay? And he backs it up like Ali did. And I can't stand Floyd Mayweather. And I hope Pacquiao knocks that son of a bitch out when they fight.
Skippy Bayless said that my Dallas Cowboys should own MetLife Stadium.
Okay, yeah, right. Last comparison, because I don't feel like looking at any more stats, Ebo says. And in Andy Dalton's first 3 seasons, his quarterback rating is an 85.5. The last 3 seasons, Tony Romo's rating has been 96.5. Romo's first 3 seasons is a 94.3. Dalton had 49 interceptions in his first season. Romo had 46 in his first 3 seasons. 39 in the last 3. Okay, I'm good. Andy Dalton's a better quarterback. If Andy Dalton was on Dallas, they would have had a better 8-8. They would have had a better record than 8-8 than what Tony Romo's done for them last 3 years.
Skippy Bayless said that the Giants and the Jets don't deserve to play at MetLife Stadium.
Care. You don't deserve to be allowed to be in that stadium, so shut up, Skip. Doesn't matter, they don't deserve. It's their stadium. Shut the hell up.
He probably would say, look how bad both teams are, and they don't even have a big fan base for the Jets and the Giants.
You know what? That's like me saying, Skip Bayless, you don't deserve to work at ESPN. How about that? If you can make a statement that the Jets and the Giants don't deserve to play at MetLife Stadium, you don't deserve to work at ESPN because you're not that good. How about that? And on that note, we're going to run to our final commercial break of the day. You're listening to Jeff Escow and Sean Mann on
Sports World Radio.
I had PTSD. Once I was back from Iraq, I was distant from everybody in my family.
We had a reunion of our unit, and you'd hear these spouses say, is your husband doing that? My husband's doing that too. I thought it was just us. And really understanding that, hey, this is a common experience.
I learned more to listen to what he was saying, and that made it easier for me to understand where his pain was coming from.
Warriors should know that resources are available. Learn more at realwarriors.net.
Every parent wants the safest and healthiest products for their family. That's why I created The Honest Company. I was just a concerned mom with a crazy dream. A wish that there was a company that I could rely on that did all of the hard work for me. I'm Jessica Alba, and The Honest Company was my dream.
LegalZoom has helped 1 million businesses successfully get started, including Jessica's. Launch your dream at LegalZoom today. Call us. We're here to help.
Confusion ever someone or have sudden you trouble had speaking, understanding?
Understanding trouble? Have you sudden have or speaking someone ever confusion?
Have you ever had sudden confusion, trouble speaking, or understanding someone?
It could be one of the 5 signs of stroke.
Sudden weakness or numbness of the face, arm, or leg.
Sudden trouble with vision in one or both eyes.
Suddenly having trouble walking or difficulty with balance.
Or a sudden intense headache that comes out of nowhere.
If you or someone you know has any of these symptoms, don't wait. Call 911 immediately. You could make a difference in someone's life, someone you love, maybe even your own.
It's late until, wait, don't too. Don't wait until it's too late.
Time lost is brain lost.
Find out more at powertoendstroke.org. Brought to you by the American Heart Association, American Stroke Association, and the Ad Council.
Hey everybody, this is Sky, and when I want to know what's going on in the wonderful world of sports, I tune to Sports World Radio.
Welcome back to Sports World Radio. Jeff Escow, Sean Mann, bringing you the fastest 2 hours of sports talk each and every Monday through Friday, right here on SportsWorldRadio.com. Hey, Sean, what was I yelling about during the break? Because that was kind of funny.
You were yelling about Skippy Bayless. If you were the manager of ESPN, you'd fire him.
Yeah, if I ever had enough money to buy ESPN, as I was signing the contract, I would have the phone in my other hand, telling Skip Bayless, listen, I'm signing the contract. I am the new owner of ESPN. You are fired. Get out.
And then he launches a protest and say, what a crock that is.
I don't care. I don't want your poor sports reporting on my show, my station, my airways. Sue me. I don't care. I'm going to pay the rest of your contract, but you're not working for ESPN no more. Get out. In fact, security, escort him out of the building.
Skippy Bayless said that my Arizona Cardinals made him happy last Sunday.
Yeah, all of a sudden they're your Arizona Cardinals. You didn't call them that until the last 3 weeks, you jackass.
Skippy Bayless said that Tony Romo is now better than Tom Brady.
Oh, I'm glad you said that, right? I'm glad you said that after I finished swallowing my drink. Because that would have been all over my computer and my microphone. That's a ridiculous statement. That's the most... That's as ridiculous as saying that Jason Garrett's a better head coach than Don Shula.
And how can you say that, Skippy, when Brady's won 3 Super Bowls?
Yeah, exactly. You know what, Tom Brady? You know what, Skip? Show me the stats that prove that. Instead of making a stupid statement, show me the stats that prove it.
He would say, yeah, okay. We would say 3 Super Bowls and Romo's won 1 playoff game.
Show me the stats.
But he still got potential. He's in his 30s. He's got chances to win, overtake Brady in Montana.
That's not what. Yeah, but that's not.
Super Bowls.
But that's not what you said. You said that Romo was better than Brady. No, he's not. See, again, you're talking outside of your ass. Knock it off.
Get ready for this. Skippy Bayless said that LeBron James would win 20 NBA championships in the Bill Russell era.
Oh, you're a schmuck, dude. You're a schmuck. He'd be so freaking bounced around, it would be different. They would beat the living crap out of him. It would be so different. Back then, that league was so physical, he would get his ass beat. Are you kidding me?
In the Bill Russell era. And that was in the 60s and the 50s there, Skippy.
Ridiculous,
when he played.
Man. Just ridiculous, dude.
Uh-oh. Skippy Bayless came out and said this. He said, you know what? I'm going to say that Jason Garrett is a better head coach than Tom Landry.
You're an idiot. Now I know you freaking completely lost it. Show me this. Hey, you know what, Skip? I have an idea. When you make a statement like that, I want to see the stats that prove it. Show me the stats that prove that Jason Garrett's a better head coach than Tom
Landry.
Yeah, show me the stats where you can actually show me and prove that to me. Because if you can't, then you're just saying stupid shit to say stupid shit.
And Landry is a coach who's won 2 Super Bowls for the Cowboys in the 1970s.
Yeah. Garrett hasn't won any. How do you make a statement like that, schmuck? Unbelievable. You know what? We're going to get out of here a little bit early today. I want to thank everybody for hanging out with us. Again, we do this every Monday through Friday. 6 o'clock on the East, 3 o'clock on the West. If you live in the Central.
If you live in the Central, figure it out for yourself.
Until tomorrow, my friends, remember, you only have one life to live. Live it long, live it strong, and live it proud. And please don't forget, life may suck, but the alternative is unacceptable. For Sean Mann, I'm Jeff Eskow. This has been Sports World Radio. Peace out, bitches.
Later and goodbye.
Hey, boys, Stimpy. We sure had fun today, kid. So long, kids. Come on, Stimpy, say goodbye.
Where are we going?
The show's over.